Hi, everyone. It is Sunday. Happy Sunday, September 29th, 2024. Feliz Domingo. I decided to record as part of my video journal, documenting the process of learning how to garden. This is the first time I grow vegetables this year. I just decided to grow beans, in this case, uh, cocoa blue pole beans. The vines grew about 8 to 10 feet up a trellis. They were very productive. And then I neglected them for a while. Yesterday I removed the vine and I threw out a lot of the beans. Now I sort of regret it, but I didn't know yesterday what I know today, and that's why I'm recording. So I am specifically recording the harvesting of these pole beans, and the different stages of the bean growth and how these beans are shelled, at least in the two last stages, and how they can be used, how they can be eaten. Okay, so we're going to start with the green beans, which is this is the green bean. It's a very tender stage of the bean. They're sort of shiny and flexible, and if you break one open, it snaps. It is, you'll see that it is kind of thin. It's less bumpy, and you can just boil this. You eat the skin and everything together, like a regular green bean. You can use it in casseroles. You boil it, put salt on it, some butter, and or olive oil, garlic, whatever you want. It's very tasty. And then as it grows and matures, it turns into this bumpier version. You see it's lumpier, it's leathery, it changes color a little bit. And this one, it has a little piece here that you can pull back. It's a string to open them, or you can just push on it and it pops it open. And then you can get the bean out. The bean is soft and tender. And at this stage, and I want to show you what that looks like. The bean is soft and tender, and these are called shell beans. And you would use these fresh. You would use them in salads and soups and with pasta, and you would just cook them, because they're already soft. Once it starts drying out, these have dried on the vine. Um, they change color again. They get like really white. They get white, or they change color, and you can hear them shaking. If you can hear them like shaking inside, and they come out of the pod really easily. And at this stage, they are these dry beans. They're these dry beans. The dry beans are easy to store. If you want to eat them, you would have to soften them. And you could take a few of them and share them with friends, or save a few to plant next year and get more beans. Okay, so for shelling, the ones you shell, of course, are the 2 second stages. So I'm going to try to shell this one here. Now, sometimes when you shell the shell beans, what happens is you get like this green. That means they're not really ready. These are not really good. And at this point, the bean, sometimes half the bean is a green bean, half of it is a shell bean, and it's not really good for either one. But sometimes you'll get like a mixed bag in one pod, and then you get the good ones like that. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Let me see if I can pull this back. So yeah, this is why they're called string beans too, because the string just pulls back like that, and then you can pop it a little bit. You'll hear the cracking, and then you start opening it at the seam, and you'll see it. There we go. There's a little membrane around it. You got to be careful not to stick it with your nail, because it is kind of still tender. And then there it goes. So you'll see it. It's still in sort of that green stage here, but not like This is like almost there, but these are fine. You can still use those. But it still has like that green bean early stage texture inside. You see how it's really green and has this like mealy. That's like it could have a little bit more, and it would have been perfect. So let me go back to the tender bean that gets snapped really easy. You'll hear it snaps, and you'll see it's completely green inside. And you might find a little bean, but it's really tiny. Um, so yeah, let's look at this other one. Again, this is the shell bean. This is the mid. This one. There we go. Oh, this one's good. Look at that. Look at that. Um, yeah, these are perfect. That's what you're looking for the shell beans. Or these shell beans. Now, the dried beans are so much fun. They rattle. These are really satisfying to open. They basically pop open by themselves and they crackle. They just come right out. Let me show you the inside. Sometimes they fall right out, so that's why I'm trying to be careful not to drop them on the floor. When I was a little girl, I remember going with my dad, not my dad, my granddad, my paternal grandfather. He used to grow peas, pigeon peas, which we call gandules. We make delicious arroz y gandules, rice and pigeon peas in Puerto Rico. And I remember this very earthy smell, very similar to the way this smells. So again, these are blue Coco Snap Pole Beans. I actually shelled a few. I went to my aunt's house. She has a little mini farm in her house in Puerto Rico, in Adjuntas, Puerto Rico. And we were shelling some gandules at her house. So yeah, on a Sunday, sitting here at the table, watching TV, watching news, watching sports, watching a movie. Just sit down and shell some beans. A lot of fun. So this is what I learned this year. I learned how to grow beans, how to harvest beans, and the different stages of the bean development and what to do at each stage. That's it for today. Buenas noches. Good night.